Hello everyone. So today I'm just going to show you how to meet the criteria of the assignment. So I'm going to show you the following three things. So as you see, we're going to Google Apps Scripts. In this video, I'm going to show you how to save to the spreadsheet, how to submit it, and then email it to yourself. So I'm going to put breaks in here to indicate when I'm doing specific things. So every time I start a project, I always start from fresh. So it's all going to be empty, and we're just going to start coding step by step. We're just waiting for the page to load. So the first thing I'm going to do is just clear the project. I'm going to declare my function for doGet. All I'm going to do is get it to just return just a single page. So I'm only going to make it open up the one page. Now, if you want to know how to do multiple pages, you'll just watch the other videos. But for this purpose, it's just to do the courses page, because that's all the assignment asks for. So I've declared my course as being course. I'm then going to declare a function which will do the save. So save to spreadsheet. I'll just write save spreadsheet. All lowercase. I'll just make it really easy. So the whole text is lowercase. Inside here, I'm going to have all my parameters of my username. I'm going to pass in the Jan, Feb. All these are separated by commas. As you can see, this is a comma here. This is a comma here. And it's March, April, comma, May, comma, June, comma, July, comma, August, comma, September, comma, October, comma, November, and finally, comma, December. Open up my parameters with my curly braces. And now I'm going to declare my variables. So, the first thing I want to do is declare my spreadsheet. So, var sh equals spreadsheet app dot open by ID, and the ID will have single quotation marks in there. So I have single quotations inside here. Then I'm going to bring in my sheet, and this is going to be my ss dot get sheet by name. Why is that not working? Oh, sorry. Because I declared this as sh. So this is declared as ss. So ss dot get sheet by name. Inside the brackets, I'm going to call the name of the sheet. So that again is single quotations. Then I just write sheet dot append circle brackets. Inside the circle brackets, I'm going to add 2 square brackets, and then I'm going to copy this whole text here. So copy the text inside the circle brackets and paste that inside the square brackets. Then at the end, I add a semicolon. Next, I'm going to do my mail app. So my mail app dot send email. And inside here, I'm going to send it to the user. And I'm going to say courses listed. Comma. And then all I'm going to do is copy from January to December. Remove the commas in between each one. So they'll go red like this. So I'm just removing all the commas. So I've got rid of all of the brackets, and now I'm going to add in right at the front. I'm going to add in a speech mark, and it's going to say January with a colon, and then a plus sign. Then it's going to have another plus sign, speech marks, and inside here it's going to say Feb, and then another plus sign after Feb, speech marks to say March, with a plus and another plus. So around each of these months will be a plus sign, and then speech marks to say April, and a plus, and then a plus, and it'll say May, plus. I'm going to hit enter here just to drop it down, but you don't have to do that. So you can keep it all in the same line. I'm just dropping it down so it makes it easier to read on the video. There's it's got the same thing, a speech mark, a plus, speech mark, then the name of the month, then a colon, and then a plus, and then again for the last few ones. And that's it. One more plus sign here, and then that's it. So there's one plus before December. Outside the bracket, you put a semicolon, and that is finished. Now we've done the two functions we need. So now we're going to take this. Also, we need to declare our months. So we're going to do a function, which will take the data from the spreadsheet and store it into our HTML page. So what we're going to do is get data. Inside here, we're going to write the month that was selected. Actually, no, we'll just leave it empty. So just take the get data with our parameters at empty parameter. Declare our SS equals spreadsheet app dot open by ID. Then var sh equals ss dot get sheet by name. So it's the same text as up here, just repeated. Now we're going to declare our var last row equals sh dot get last row, empty brackets, and then var data equals square bracket. And now we're going to do a for loop to do for var I So that's an I there, equals 2. An I is less or equal to last row. These are all semicolons at the end of these. So that's a semicolon there after the 2. Semicolon after this last row. And it's I plus plus. Then you open up your curly brackets. And inside here, we write data dot push. Inside the square brackets, we write sh dot get range. Inside here, we write I, comma. Then in the brackets, we type in, then inside the speech marks, we type in, oh, sorry, no, we just type I, comma 1. So it's just I, comma 1. And then we write dot get values, circle brackets, semicolon. Then we return data. So I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see it. So there we go. So if you want to pause the video now, you can copy this in. So copy the code on the screen now. Take a picture of it. Pause the video. Okay, now what we're going to do is create this page for corsets. So we're going to open up, so don't forget to save. So that orange line goes away. Oh. Okay, that's not good. What did I do wrong? Line 5. What did I do wrong on line 5? Oh. It's a comma. There are all commas there. So I'll just do that again. So make sure you save it. And if you print screen here, you'll be able to see. Or you take a picture of this. Just pause the video. And you'll be able to watch this. Now what we're going to do is take the courses. So we're going to create the courses page. So all we have to do is go into HTML. Paste courses there. And that'll load up our HTML file. And inside our body, we're just going to simply do the following code. We're going to get our input type. And that's going to equal our text. We're going to have an ID equals user. Then we're going to close it. We're going to say a P above this to say enter username. And close our P. Now below this, we're going to have another P. This is going to say Jan course. Close our P. Then we're just going to write select ID equals speech marks. And in here, we're going to write Jan. And then we're going to write, close that there. Then we're going to write open with our curly brace. We're going to put a question mark. And we're going to write var course equals get. So it's going to be this method here. So it's going to get data. So it's got to be spelled the same way. So it's a capital D, the data. So now we've got the courses here. We just need to declare a for loop. So we got to open up our for loop. And this is going to be var I equals 0 this time. I is less than or equal to course dot length. I plus plus. Open up our brackets. Close, question mark, close. Put question marks around this. So question mark. And then question mark, close. Now inside here, inside the for loop, we're going to open up our option. and we're going to give it a value. And inside the value, we're going to give it the name open question mark equals course square bracket. Inside the square bracket, we write I. Then we close with our twist mark close. Then we're going to close outside the speech mark, and we're going to write again the same thing. Question mark equals course square brackets I question mark close. Then we're going to close our option, and then we're going to close our select. So that's our January course. All we do is we copy from line 9 all the way down to line 15. We copy, we click enter, and we paste. And in here we just change this to Feb. We do the same, we paste and change that to March. And then we just do the same all the way down to December. So we got Jan, we got March, we got April. We got April, we got May. Oh, don't forget to also change these to Feb. So change the IDs to Feb, to March, to April, to May, so where it says June here, change this to June. So you see we've got June now, so this is July, JUL. Then we got after June is August. After July is August, and then we got next one, which is September, and this is September. We've got October, October, got November, and then finally December. So December and December. There we go. So we just finished December. So now we got to add our button in. So we're going to add a button. We're going to give it a on-click event. So on-click, we'll then do send. Then we close. We type in here, which will say save data. Then we'll close our button. Now down here, we'll open up our script. And we're going to write some JavaScript now. So our JavaScript will communicate to our Google script. So how we do that is like this. How we do this is write Google. Oh, sorry, we write function. We write function. And then we're going to write send. Circle brackets. Open up our question mark, our curly brackets. Then inside here, we're going to write our Google dot script dot run dot with capital S success Then capital H for handler. Circle brackets. Function. Circle brackets. Value. Then open up our curly brackets inside here. Click enter. So it looks like this at the end. Put a semicolon now. Inside here, write the words alert. Put speech marks in there, or single quotations. And right in here, say saved. Now over here, put a dot. And then we're going to call this function here, which will be save to spreadsheet. So in here, we're going to put a paste. Open that up and write document dot get element by ID, circle brackets, Jan dot value, comma. So you see we've got in here it says, so I'll drop it down so you can see it. It says document, get elements, remember capital E, capital B and capital I, everything else lowercase, in get element by ID. In here is Jan and then it's value. Then what we do is we copy this and we paste it. Paste it again. 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 So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now on the 12th one, we want to get rid of this comma. So you want to delete that comma so there's nothing after this value. Now we can go in and change these all to the names of Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and finally December. So that is it finished. That is our code finished. So now we can save. And that is our coding finished. So as you can see, this is our full code. So I'll go through it one more time. We have our input box for our user. And that corresponds to, oh, I forgot to add that one. So we got to add one more at the top to do documents dot get elements by ID, circle bracket, and inside here we got to make it say user with a dot value and a comma. So that says user, and that corresponds with our very first one. So if you notice, this here says ID equals user. This one says ID equals Jan. That's why the next one is called Jan. That's why this one says Jan. And then the last one says December. As you see, it says here deck. And this one says deck. So you see it says ID equals deck. That's why all these IDs have to match whatever we wrote in all of these ones going up. Now what we have to do is connect to our spreadsheet. So you guys have already done your spreadsheet. All you've got to do is paste the ID in here and then paste in the name of your sheet here. So for example, if I had one called sheet 1 and this one was called sheet 2, just an example, I need you to update this to your sheet names and then your ID. So I'm just going to grab my spreadsheet from here. So I'm just going to type in sheets and it's going to open up my previous one. So I'm just going to go to this one, which is just completely random. And just wait for my spreadsheet to load. So if you notice here, I've got this one called courses. So I'm just going to rename this to course 1 and change this to sheet 2. So I'm just going to rename this to sheet 1. I'm just going to click on the little arrow here and rename it. And I'm going to call it course, sheet. Sheet 1. And now I'm going to click on here. I'm going to copy the ID. So the ID is this from the first slash all the way over to this slash here. So basically I'm just taking all the text inside here. So from the slash D all the way to the slash edit. That's the ID. So I've copied that and I'm going to paste that inside this ID here and inside this ID here. So now we're going to check if it works. We can check it works by going to new deployment, connecting to our Google scripts. So first we have to drop down and say web app, click deploy. Then we're going to click on the link, and as you can see, the page will load. So as you can see, it's got all the boxes on here and the button at the bottom. So all I'm going to do is type in here and type in my email address, which is ben.pierce@newham.ac.uk. As you see, it's got all these choices. So I'm just going to click save data, and it's clicked saved. And when I open up the spreadsheet, as you can see on sheet 2, it's now saved. So you see it saved the data, because what it does, it takes the data and it appends it to the sheet 1, sorry, not sheet 2. As you can see, it's saved in sheet 1. So there it is. As you can see, look, it's showing right there. So what I'm just going to do is just reload this just to show that I'm going to change this to sheet 2, and change this to sheet 1. And it'll select courses this time. There we go. So as you see, now the courses say English Maths T level. So I'm going to type in my email address. So I'm just going to choose all T level. So just to show that it's updating. So it's just going to all say T level. And then from May, it's going to say Maths. Maths. And then all the rest are English. Click save. And it's going to save. And then when we go to the spreadsheet, you'll see on sheet 2 it says, see there's my email, and it says T level, Maths, English. So there you go, it has saved the data. So that is the whole project in a nutshell. You can adjust the HTML and CSS so it looks like your designs, but that is all the coding fundamentals you need to do this assignment. Good luck, guys.